Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into TradeChat. My name is Panzer, and today we are going to be talking about the 20th anniversary of Diablo. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do, remember to rate it thumbs up. Diablo has been around for what feels like forever. I mean, the first Diablo launched on December 31st of 1996. And I don't know about you guys, but I was a little kid. I was a little kid back in the day. I was only 8 years old when the first Diablo came out. So I obviously wasn't playing that when I was that age because I was a very sheltered little kid who watched PBS till I was like 12. But that's neither here nor there. It is insane to me that Diablo has been around for 20 years. I mean, it can drink in Canada. It can vote. I mean, that's not really the way voting works, but you get what I'm saying. It's been around for such a long time, and it's crazy to have even been a small part of that journey, especially considering how popular Diablo still is. I mean, people get so pumped for Diablo seasons, myself included. Diablo seasons are awesome, you know, like everybody's all getting on right when it launches, leveling up and doing the season journey, doing the season quest, getting their new sets of gear, and it really like re-energizes everyone towards the game. And I feel like, you know, we got all these cool announcements at BlizzCon with the Necromancer and the non-HD Diablo 1 kind of remake, and then Season 9 is right around the corner, and it's so cool to be a part of something that's been around for such a long time. And as of right now, you know, January 4th through January 11th, Blizzard Games will be celebrating Diablo's anniversary in their own universes. So if you log on to Heroes of the Storm during that time, the Brawl is going to be on High Heavens. You can earn a Diablo-themed portrait. If you log into Overwatch, you can be rewarded, or you will be, I guess you can and you will. You can and you will be rewarded with Diablo class sprays as well as a portrait, like a character, not portrait, but a player icon. Words are hard. I don't know if you can tell that, but words are hard. If you log into StarCraft, you can get a Lord of Terror portrait. And of course, Hearthstone is going all out with a tavern brawl that is all themed to Diablo. We don't have a ton of details yet, but I'm excited to see what that is. And then of course, everybody knows about the Diablo 1 event. We just talked about that just a second ago, but at BlizzCon this year, there was the huge announcement that Diablo 1 would be available to play in Diablo 3. They recreated it with the Diablo 3 engine, but then they added all of these filters to make the visuals and sounds like low quality, like they were back in 1996, which I think is really funny and clever. And that is called the Darkening of Tristram, and that will only be available during the Diablo 20th anniversary celebration time period. So if you want to check that out, make sure you do so. Now, of course, me being me, I am most excited for Diablo's 20th anniversary celebration in the world of Warcraft, which of course takes place between January 4th and January 11th. Now, Blizzard has been very on the low about this whole thing, extremely secretive, which I don't fully appreciate because I had to do a lot of research to find stuff out, and I don't like doing that, okay, Blizzard? I mean, that's not true. I actually really do enjoy that because I'm a friggin' nerd. But really, why'd you have to make it so hard for me? I mean, the official post was just like, things are happening in World of Warcraft. Whoa, guys, whoa. Don't appreciate that, Blizzard. I would like you to be significantly less secretive and shady with your information. Anyways, between January 4th and January 11th, World of Warcraft citizens can celebrate Diablo's 20th anniversary, and through process of elimination and research and whatnot, I think there's going to be treasure goblins involved, because back on the Legion Alpha, there were treasure goblins that were tested, and they dropped these coins called coins of sanctuary or sanctuary coins, and then nothing happened with them, and people were very upset. They weren't in beta, they weren't on live, everybody was throwing a fit about it because that's what World of Warcraft players do. And I think the reason that we haven't seen it is because it's part of this event. It makes a whole lot of sense, and they function very similarly to treasure goblins in Diablo. They just sort of appear. I don't know if it's going to be just in Dalaran or anywhere in the world. We'll find out soon enough, and then you fight them, and then if you don't kill them fast enough, they'll try to jump through their portal and escape. If you kill them fast enough, you'll get other stuff, you know, and I think it drops off as it goes, just like a treasure goblin in Diablo. And back on the Alpha, they were dropping these sanctuary coins, but since then, there's been another currency that's been data mined called Stone of Jordan, so I'm not sure if there's going to be two separate currencies, or if these currencies have been combined and renamed. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough, but what we do know is back on the Alpha, there were two different types of treasure goblins. The first one was a plain old treasure goblin, he was a rare, and then there was the Wormtongue treasure goblin, which is a rare elite and much harder to kill. Hopefully it drops better loot as well. And with the coins and the alpha, you couldn't buy anything because they were trying to keep this whole event very secretive and nobody knew what it was for. But I suspect you're going to be able to buy some of these cool items that have been data mined off of various World of Warcraft patches, including these scrolls of Town Portal. Now, these can be used and consumed and they work just like a Hearthstone. But if you save up 10 of them instead of using them and combine them with a blank diabolical tome, you can create a toy called the Tome of Town Portal, which is basically like a second Hearthstone. It works just like a Hearthstone, but there's no consumability on it. It's not used. It's a toy. You just get it forever. So if you are anyone, you have a second Hearthstone. If you're a shaman, you have a third Hearthstone. And if you're someone who has that cool TCG toy, or maybe you have your Hearthstone set in Dalaran, you have like a lot more Hearthstones. It's just Hearthstones for everyone. What's even crazier is that that's not the only thing. Like, that seems to me like a very big reward for an event. Like, I can't remember an event that gave you something like a second Hearthstone, which I don't know if I'm being over dramatic about that, but that seems like a big deal. Like, the trading card toy, the trading card code that turns into a toy in World of Warcraft sells for like $200, and that's just a second Hearthstone with like an hour cooldown. So the idea that they're giving everybody who's willing to participate in this event a second Hearthstone, I think is a big deal. But on top of that, there's other toys that you can earn, like the 12-string guitar that plays Diablo music. There's also Herodric's satchel, which is a 28-slot bag, which is huge. And there is other stuff as well, like these little charms that they stay in your inventory and they're not consumed, but during the time of the event, they'll give you buffs, and this works really similarly to a Diablo 2 charm thing. That's all very cute, and I see what you did there, Blizz. Reining in my excitement a little bit, I am kind of baffled that Blizzard has kept this secret for so long so well, because usually everything is leaked, man. Like, we know about everything ahead of time between the PTR and betas and alphas. We know all sorts of stuff, and I feel like right now our information is so limited. Like, we're guessing that there's going to be treasure goblins involved, and there's a good chance. Like, I would say I would, if I was a betting woman, I would put money on the fact that we are going to have treasure goblins, but is that it? I mean, are we going to be able to earn currency in other ways? Will there be quests? I know there's a feat of strength that rewards you with an achievement. That's what feat of strengths are. You get it. But I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to me that we just have no idea. Like, will there be quests? Will there be other mobs to kill? Like, how are the treasure goblins going to be spawned, you know? I'm just very interested to see what happens, especially considering that Diablo is the game that I really, really enjoy. I'm excited to play the unremastered version of Diablo 1 because, believe it or not, I never played Diablo 1. I was a little kid when it came out, and by the time I was interested in it, it wasn't easily available to play. So I don't know. I'm excited to play Diablo 1. I'm excited to see what they do in WoW. I'm excited for the Tavern Brawl. As a fan of Diablo, I'm just excited in general. And I'm also very pumped to see what the future holds. I'm looking forward to the Necromancer, and I don't know if you guys saw, like, the transmogs and stuff for a Necromancer are sick, but I'm so pumped to see where this franchise goes, because I know that when Blizzard kind of pitched doing Diablo 20 years ago, it was almost laughed at. It was at a time when RPGs were sort of going out of style, and they did it anyways. And, you know, then they added the Battle.net functionality, and who knows, like, how multiplayer games would have worked with Blizzard if it hadn't been for that technology. So I feel like even if you're not a Diablo fan, make sure that you're paying homage between January 4th and January 11th, because Diablo has added a lot to its other games as well. Wowhead did a whole post on all of the Diablo references that are in World of Warcraft. I'll link it in the info below. But even aside from that, like I said, with the Battle.net structure, and I don't know, and this whole expansion has been so Diablo-centric. Like, obviously we have all the legendaries now, which function very similarly to the way Diablo does. We see the 6-piece sets coming with Nighthold. I don't know. I am a big fan of everything that's going on right now. I'm so excited to see what happens. My speculation, I feel like there are going to be quests involved. I don't think they're going to be super hard. I feel like it'll be like, kill 3 treasure goblins and 1 worm tongue goblin, and then maybe you get the bag, or maybe you get the diabolical tome. Who knows? We'll find out soon enough. But let me know in the comment section below any speculation you have about the World of Warcraft Diablo anniversary event, because I'm dying to know what you think. In the meantime, I am going to go. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and happy Diablo birthday. Am I right? Where I'm going to go. All right. I'm going now. This is what happens when I make unscripted videos. I could just go on, man. I could just go on. I'm so excited for season 9. Side note, I haven't played Diablo since, like, I don't know, I played season 8 for a while, and I haven't played since then, so I'm really looking forward to season 9 because I got things to kill. I have treasure goblins to chase down. Rainbow goblins are like my favorite thing. I got so excited because I opened I've been getting a couple of these cute but deadlies, and I was so excited because my last cute but deadly, I got the rainbow goblin, and he's adorable. And that's it. That's all I have to say. So I'm going to go. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, and we'll discuss it from there. Have a wonderful day, guys. I love you all again. You're in my hearts. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
New legendaries for every class, some of which will be spec specific, some of which will be usable by multiple specs in a class, but every single person who's playing World of Warcraft will have a new legendary available to them in 7.15.